Well, hello there. Today I wanted to talk about belief systems and how if we can change our, sorry, I'm moving a lot. If we can change our belief systems, we can change our life. So everyone has been conditioned to believe certain things since we were children. And we learn this stuff from everyone, whether it's, our parents, authority figures, church leaders, siblings, friends, teachers, the list goes on. So I thought I would talk about how belief systems affect us and what the sort of sequence of events is. It usually happens like this. There's some sort of life circumstance. For example, say your father was very emotionally abusive towards your mother, and the resulting belief system ends up being men are abusive and mean, and therefore I should stay away from them or not let them in fully. And then because of that belief system, you have been sort of wired to look at life through that filter. I like to think of belief systems as filters or like different lenses that we put on. And now that you think men are like that, that's the only way you really see them, and you only see that side of them, even if there are other qualities to them. And when you focus on a certain aspect of someone or a certain aspect of life, that thing actually grows, and you attract that more into your life. And then you end up in the same cycle over and over again because you haven't changed your belief system. Now, this is something that we all deal with. I have some belief systems that I am aware of, and I still don't change them because it's harder to, change your belief system than it is to just stay in the same ones because it is so comfortable. So I thought we would go through some common belief systems and break them down and change them. Let's make some new belief systems out of them. And if you, feel inclined to do so, I would really, really highly recommend sitting down with yourself, writing down some things that were told to you as a child, and figuring out which belief systems you created because of the things that you were taught as a child, and then going from there. And so we'll go through a few examples so it makes sense. But yeah, belief systems. If you change your thoughts, you can change your life, because thoughts become things. You have to think of something before it happens in real life. If, you're thinking about making a sandwich later in the day, that's the only way you're gonna make a sandwich. So let's get right into the different belief systems and let's go. Okay, so I wrote down a few different belief systems that I think are kind of common or that I personally have dealt with, and I wrote them on my iPad, so that's what I'm reading from. So let's say as a child, your father was emotionally abusive towards your mom. So the belief system behind that you would create, and this is very often subconscious, so don't freak out if you didn't notice it. The belief system that you create is men are abusive and hurtful, and then the effect of that is you avoid getting too close to men for fear of getting hurt. Now, in order to change the belief system, we have to first of all be aware of it, and then let's make a new belief system around that. So the new belief system that I wrote down, and you can change it to your liking, is there is a divine presence in men. I deserve to be loved fully. I am loved. So it's a very simple little tweak, but as soon as we make that change and we start thinking like that, then we'll actually end up attracting those kind of people into our lives and end up in more loving relationships. It's a very simple thing, simple but not easy necessarily. So let's go on to the next one. So the next life circumstance, let's say your parents didn't pay enough attention to you because they were always busy working. So a belief system that we create is, I'm not good enough to have my parents' attention, love, and time. And the effect of that is we end up trying to get validation from external sources, but we never feel fully validated or fully loved. So the new belief system that you can create around that one is, I'm enough just as I am. I am whole and complete, and the divine shines through me. I've noticed that a lot of different life circumstances end up with us believing that we are not good enough. That's kind of a common belief system. So I think that's something that everyone should work on, no matter how good you feel about yourself. I think there's always more self-love to be had. Okay, so for the next life circumstance, Say you always felt helpless as a child because your parents didn't let you express yourself, or maybe you knew that if you expressed yourself you would be frowned upon, or someone would get angry or something like that. So the belief system that would be created around that is everything is hopeless. I'm a victim of my past and things will never turn around for me. The effect of that is we don't try to move forward in life because we're so stuck in the past, and we can sometimes just hold on to that belief system as a sort of safety net. A lot of the time we'll hold on to that stuff because it's more comfortable than, you know, breaking free of it. So the new belief system around that one, I wrote down, pretty long one. I am a divine being with the ability to create my life, and I choose to take deliberate action. I take responsibility for my thoughts and therefore my life. I have the power to change my life. I love my life. I love my power. We could go on and on and on. And if you want to learn more about belief systems and stuff, I would highly recommend the book You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. That's actually what kind of inspired me to make this video, because I realized that a lot of us are walking around with some really heavy belief systems, and that can really weigh down on us. I did want to make a quick disclaimer before I ended this video as well. Just because we pick up negative belief systems from other people doesn't make those people bad or wrong. It's just how they are, and we are victims of victims. So just recognize that we are all picking up these belief systems from each other, and that no one has wronged you. And you know, I love this quote. It's from Jen Sincero's book, How to Be a Badass. But the quote is, it's not your fault that you're f***ed up, but it's your fault if you stay f***ed up. And what that pretty much means is, you know, it's not your fault that shit happened, and it's not your fault that you learned all these negative belief systems, but it's your responsibility to change those belief systems, make them better, and change your own life. And that being said, just also recognize the positive belief systems that you've created for yourself. One of the belief systems I've created for myself that I love is that I deserve to be loved completely and wholly. And that has attracted some pretty good people into my life. And I'm still like working on a lot of different belief systems, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's important to recognize the positive belief systems as well, because it's so easy to dig into the negative and be like, wow, my life is shit. But there's a lot of positive belief systems that you've adapted as well. So focus on those, be aware of the negatives, and yeah, make some steps to positive change. So that's it for today. Hopefully that all made sense, and I want you to leave your belief systems in the comments below, because I'd love to see what everyone is thinking, and change them in the comments. Write down life circumstance, belief system, effect of belief system, and your new belief system. And yeah, maybe we could all help each other rewrite our belief systems. But yeah, that's it for today. Sorry I keep swinging in my chair, it's so distracting. I should have just stood up. Oh well. Okay, awesome. Thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon. Okay, bye.